Hello and welcome back this year to another Views from the Veranda. Well, look, as we start the year, I thought I'd touch on all the different ins and outs that might be happening with first home buyers this year, because there is a lot happening, especially with the state election looming in around about March this year. So the New South Wales government this year brought in what they call the option of an annual property fee or tax versus upfront stamp duty to pay. This is for first home buyers. It's called first home buyer's choice. So now first home buyers would have the option to either pay stamp duty up front or get the exemption that still exists, or actually pay an annual property tax. The way this works is that this is properties up to $1.5 million. And in fact, what it is, it's an annual fee of what equates to $400 a year plus 0.3% of the land value, not the purchase price. So how this might work is for a first home buyer looking to buy a property for say $830,000 in Sydney, the land value would be $265,000. So therefore, rather than paying stamp duty of $32,440, they now pay $1,195 a year. If a person's looking to buy a house for $1,350,000, the land value would be $810,000. The stamp duty, if they decided to pay that, would be $59,125, or they could pay an annual tax of $2,830. So quite a big difference. So the land tax isn't locked in on the property. So if the property does decide to sell, if it's sold to a first home buyer, they again have the option. But if it's not sold to a first home buyer, then they still have to pay the normal stamp duty. So it doesn't follow the property, it actually follows the person. So, for example, also, if you are a first-home buyer and then you decide to rent the property out, so it becomes an investment, the deal changes again, and the annual fee goes up to $1,500 from $400, and it's 1.1% of the annual land value. So look, it's a little bit complicated. It's also complicated in respect of the fact that the normal stamp duty exemptions apply up to $650,000. And incremental concessions up to $800,000, so they still apply. So look, are you better off with the property tax or the stamp duty? Well, that's your choice. It also probably might depend on how long you actually are holding the property for. But then we've got a state election happening in March, and the Labor government are proposing to abolish the annual property tax that the coalition are looking to bring in. And they're going to look at something different. What they're doing is actually same sort of model that we've got at the moment, but they're moving from $650,000 up to $800,000. No stamp duty applies, and then a concessional rate up to $1 million. So that's their difference. But they would say they would abolish the annual tax if they came in, because they see it as a forever tax. But wait, there's more. They still have the first home buyers grant. So that's for up to $10,000 for first home buyers looking to buy or build their first home, and they haven't lived in it before. So that's something new, and that's up to property up to $750,000. And then there is the shared equity home buyer helper. That's where, in fact, a first home buyer, predominantly sort of single mums or dads, people over 50 that haven't been able to get in the market, or what we call help workers like nurses, policemen, firemen, those sorts of things. This is where the government will actually contribute for a new home up to 40%, for existing home up to 30%, and it means you're actually able to purchase a property with about 2% deposit. Obviously that's for income dependent, so for singles it's up to $900,000, and for couples it's up to $120,000. In Sydney, it's properties up to $950,000 and below, and in regional areas it's $600,000. So look, obviously there's a lot happening. There's a common view that all this might actually increase prices, and sellers might benefit from it, because basically first home buyers are having to borrow less and actually in some cases pay less. But look, if you're looking to get into the first home buyer market and you'd like some advice, obviously get good independent advice from, say, a lender or a broker, but we're also here to help. So look, contact us, message us. We're here to give you the best advice the Shire can provide. But until next time, take care and look after each other. Thank you.